thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. From inside the 10, here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Trojans offense that has the first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Hit and stop right there. Not much on that pickup. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Taylor wants to throw it. He fires one deep over the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
The Red Raiders offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Arrington Maiden, transfer out of Memphis, and he's gotten himself right in the middle of the early Heisman race with his performance. Great place to start for this offense.
Ready. Move.
Looking outside, it's Dickey. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. One thing you can figure out from these tests early in the season, particularly a top 5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
You're right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between the 2 top 5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on.
One back in the backfield, he gets to carry. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Absolutely center cut. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. And, guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Taylor wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the grab on third down, and that is a rare drop for this guy. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Making his first move. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. And the Red Raiders now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that's the problem as an offense, man. You get in these third and forever situations, and now the defense drops back, and they take away all the deep stuff, and you're trying to find some space, but it's just so hard to try to convert those third and longs.
Makes a move. Can they catch him? Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Taylor wants to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Out wide right, it's Bowman. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. The option, the keeper. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. And the Trojans trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through 1 quarter. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
From the gun, looking for a man. He's going for the goal line. A strong defensive stand, denying this man the end zone, and the defense gets the ball back. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. They'll move the wide receiver. Rolls up to the 14-yard line before being guided out of bounds. The offense lines up at its own 14-yard line. 1st down. Takes the handoff. It's Dickey. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down. Long way to go on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gentry. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, it's pretty obvious. With the offense coming out in a 5-wide set, they're trying to spread the defense out and open up some lanes to throw into. And that ball came out pretty quickly from the quarterback. But once he got it to his man with all that green grass, he was off to the races. An explosive play offensively. Good use of formation there.
Second and long here. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Hauls it in. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Red Raiders go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Motion from the wide receiver. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Right side, it's Simmons. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
Quick give. It's Sticky. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're all over it. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. And the Red Raiders will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Taylor wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Oh, he's got some space. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, they're trying to hit the slant, right? That's a bang-bang type play. It's got to happen fast. Good throw. Receiver just couldn't come up with the catch.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Looking to throw again. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
From the gun, it's Hawkins. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. The Red Raiders in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Look out! And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the fourth sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect better up front.
Out wide right, it's Simmons. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a fourth down. And the Red Raiders line up to punt it away. Is that crazy or genius? Oh, no guts, no glory, man. Here he comes. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. Not great field position. We'll see how aggressive they are in the final seconds. Taylor wants to throw it. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Fresh setter downs going to the air. On the left side, grabbed by Williams. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw one first. He's got it. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The Trojans will have it first and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Taylor wants to throw. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. And the Trojans will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
Coming out of the locker room at the half, the Red Raiders head coach told me this is exactly what he expected from 2 undefeated teams, very closely matched opponents, and that's exactly how it played out in the first half. But he believes his team is better, and they can make some noise here to start the second half. I'll let you know on how things are developing here on his sideline as the game goes on. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Out wide left, it's Stone. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Wide receiver going in motion. Running inside, it's Dickey, and he's brought down after a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Might as well run him again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for the big play. Got it in stride at the 15. Touchdown, Red Raider. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
If he's just running straight down the field, the thing you got to look at there is the velocity on the throw by the quarterback. He didn't lob it. He got it to him quickly, put it on his body. He was able to make the catch and then run it in for a touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Right side, it's Matthews. Could not make his way to the corner.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Trojans decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Trying to make one miss. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Texas Tech will start the drive. The offense ready to go. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Offside.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
The defense has had some bad stuff happen to them today, but one bright spot for them has been the pass rush. They've shown the ability to get after the opposing quarterback.
Takes the handoff. It's Dickey. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. That penalty's the last thing this defense needed. Now it's 2nd and 4. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Whip it out to the back on the screen. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Trying to slip through and pick it up. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. The Red Raiders will punt it away on 4th down. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. One final play before the end of the quarter. Caught on the RPO. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Taylor wants to throw it. Oh, pressure's coming. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Changing the routes with his receivers. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Intercepted, the defense has set him up. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And they swarm him under.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Holly, what update do you have on that?
Well, guys, these turnovers continue to dictate what's happening in this ballgame. The quarterback has been under duress, and he is starting to show this wear and tear. The defense is feeding off of this, though. They see he's banged up, and they are going to keep coming after him. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Splits the uprights right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Holly, what update do you have for it?
Hey, guys, checking in from the USC sideline. I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get...
He's loose on the left. The 40. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the Trojans peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Taylor wants to throw. Out wide right, it's Edwards. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Sends it back in motion. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Left side is Edwards. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. Offense in a bunch formation. Takes the handoff. It's Sticky. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Red Raiders will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll send the back in motion. Taylor wants to throw it. Out wide left, it's Edwards. Makes the grab in their space. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric trying to help Tech on this 3rd down. Under pressure. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Making the adjustment. Needs it here on 4th down. He's got it, 1st down and more. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and it shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Rushes on. And down he goes.
I know this defense feels like they missed some opportunities. Yeah, they had 2 sacks their last game out, but they feel like they left a bunch more out on the field. They wanted to try to get to the quarterback in this game. That was finally the first time they registered a sack so far here. Curious to see how this pass rush looks the rest of the way.
Here comes the heat. Throws into the middle of the field. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
I know they've got all their timeouts left, but
now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Fourth down, gotta have it here. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Nice job by this defense in a clutch moment. You knew they were going to throw the football. 4th down, great coverage, break on the football, force the incompletion, and more importantly, you get the ball back to your offense with a chance to just run this clock and get out of here with a win.
The Trojans use their first timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pulls it. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. Just going to keep it after the snap. There he goes. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Punt is in the air. Trying to take it back. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He's changing the play. Taylor wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Trojans moving quickly to the line.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Working the middle. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's 2nd down. This crowd knows when to bring it. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down. It comes down to this. One more snap left in this game. If they get a touchdown, they can find a way to win it. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And he was able to get back on top of it. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride.